Okay, so here's number 5, section, what is this? Are we still on 1.1 here?
Yeah.
Okay, section 1.1, number 5. So it says, for each transformation, identify the values of h and k.
It's frozen.
Then write the equation. Oh. Yeah, thank you. Then write the equation in the transformed of the transformed function in the form of y minus k equals f of x minus h. Okay, couple things here. When guys listen, when they say f of x, okay, they're now defining what f of x is. Okay, so we are going to replace this sort of f of x part with this actual function. Here it's 1 over x. Here it's x squared. Here it's absolute value of x. And this is still just general f of x. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we're going to replace the f of x with 1 over x in a, and then we're going to adjust these parameters of h and k according to what it says. So what that means is that we really have, okay, so h is the horizontal translation, right? So you want to remember that. H is the horizontal, and k is the vertical. So in this format, because we're kind of used to this one, right? I kind of like this one better. I don't like this version so much, but this is what you're used to: x minus h and then plus k. Okay, so we will write it in this as they ask, but you may be thinking this way like I've taught you. That's fine. So what I would suggest is this. We have a translation of 5 units to the left. Okay, so that means that h is going to be -5. It's going 5 to the left. It's going to show up inside here with the x as a +5, right? The opposite sign is what it shows up as, because it's x minus -5. So it's 5 units to the left and 4 units up. So this k is going to be +4. So this is the way that I would suggest you do this. Now f of x is actually 1 over x. Okay, and this could be the trickiest part, I think, for you guys. We have to put the h value in with the x, wherever the x is. So think about the brackets and put it in with the x. So the x is actually in the denominator here for the real function. So I'm going to put x, like I said, 5 units to the left looks like +5. So wherever the x is, you got to put the h in with the x. Okay? So that, again, that could be the trickiest part of this question, I'd say. And then if it's going to go 4 units up, that's a +4. So finally, if you're going to write it in this form, you would go y minus 4 equals 1 over x plus 5. And you can use brackets or not there. Now, I'm going to check that with the back of the book, make sure that that's the way they're looking. All right, so if they keep the f of x, that's fine. It's easier then. But this, so I guess they're not really requiring you to do this for this question, but this is something that you're gonna have to know how to do pretty quick here. So this is when the actual f of x is replaced. I'm not sure why they gave you these then, but if the back of the book says just the f of x, this is what it would look like: y minus 4 equals f of what, x plus 5, I guess. Okay, so this is what the back of the book is looking for. I think that's kind of low level here. This is what the actual equation is when you put 1 over x in place of f of x. Okay, because this x plus 5 is now the new input. It's an input expression. So wherever you see x, that's where you put. So I'll do both of them for a few of these examples. Okay, so this is what the textbook is requiring. That's all. This is the actual equation of the actual graph. Okay, which is what I'd like you guys to kind of start to begin to understand anyways. So let's do B now. Let's do B. So B in red. So if we have x squared is our actual function. Sorry, question?
The power says f of x equals 1 over x. And you're trying to find the equation. Don't you put x as 1 over x, not the entire equation. Not the entire 5, sorry.
I don't really understand what you just said.
It says f of x is equal to 1 over x.
Right.
That means in place of x, you're supposed f of x, you're supposed to put
In place of, so this goes in place of x in the actual equation. So this becomes x plus 5, so that x plus 5 goes in for the actual spot of x there.
That makes sense.
Let me do another example. Okay, so this k here, y minus k. Okay, we can do this straight here. Let's see, 8 units to the right and 6 units up. So 8 units to the right is going to show up inside the x as x minus 8. Everyone see that? So that x squared is not x squared anymore. It's actually x minus 8 all squared. So this x squared becomes, if you're going to shift it, you got to do x minus 8 all squared. So it's right in there with the x. So whatever's happening to the x now has to happen to the x minus 8. Okay, so that's 8 units to the right. And 6 units up, so that would be a plus 6 over here or a minus 6 over here. So that's the actual equation for this, given that x squared is f of x. The back of the book will just have this probably, y minus 6 equals f of x minus 8. Why is the minus 6 over here? Well, again, like the way that I have been teaching you here is this is a bit of a more familiar to you from last semester, pre-calc 20. And this value right here, whether it's positive or negative, is a direct correlation to whether it moves up or down. So when the k is over here, plus 6 means it moves up 6. When it's on this side, like in this case, minus 4, means it goes up 4, which, I don't know, to me is like just more confusion. But anyways, that's what they ask for in this form. Yeah. So I'm doing a little bit more than what the book is requiring as far as the answer key goes, but I think this is better for you to understand what this actual f of x really means here in these cases. So f of x here actually means this is the actual function. So yeah, question?
There would be a squared at the f of x minus 8, right? The bottom?
No, there wouldn't be a squared because the squared only comes in when you replace the f of x with the actual function. So it's squared here, but f of x is just in place of this. It's not that. It's in place of this. So you wouldn't square it. You wouldn't do 1 over f of x.
Why are we given that?
Well, that's exactly what I'm asking. Like, why did they give you this if they didn't want you to use it? So if the answer at the back of the book is like this, that's fine. But why did they give you what the actual function is? That's why I'm saying this is the actual equation. Yeah, I echo that. Why did they give us this if they didn't want us to use
When
it?
we submit it, can we have when you replace it?
Yes, like I say, this is preferred. This is preferred because we're not going to be doing this for much longer at all. Like this is where we're going. So that's why I want you to do it this way if you can. So let's do one more with the C there then. Is kind of making sense, guys? Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Sort of. Yeah, it totally makes sense. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, the textbook I think is a little more confusing than it needs to be.
Makes sense, but I feel like it's not going to make sense for my class.
Oh, I know. Well, I don't know. No, if this is starting to make sense, you're good. You're good. Yeah, don't worry.
That's what you said last semester.
That's what I said last semester? And then it didn't happen? It didn't really? Hey, you're all here. What are you talking about? You got through last semester. You're all alive? Come on. You're alive. You're barely alive? Okay, sorry. Or no, C. We're on C. Okay, relax. All right, so absolute value of x, that's the actual function. So guess what? Any horizontal movement, that the parameter that is affected has to go inside the absolute value with x. So it's going to be translated 10 units to the right. So that means that we have absolute value of x plus or minus 10. What is it going to show up? It's going to show up as minus 10 in there because it goes to the right.
That's the wrong question.
I'm looking at C. Okay, so everyone see that? Now, why haven't I done the y yet? Well, I could do the y over here. Okay, but the 8 units down now is going to be a minus 8 over here, which I like, but they want it in the other form. So what's going to be over here? Plus 8. Done. And in the back of the book, they might show you just this, f of x minus 10.
As like how you showed us.
Yeah, this is best. This is best. So if you can get this, that's best. Yeah. Yeah, because that's like a tricky part that it's a big jump from just f of x to writing the actual equation. Now D, So D, this is more like it. Like if y is just f of x, or if the function is just f of x, then you can leave f of x in there and then just change the parameters around the f of x, which is great. So D would look like this, I'd say. 7 units to the left, so this is going to be f of x plus 7 inside there, and 12 units down, so minus 12. Or y plus 12 equals f of x plus 7. Now, again, because they gave us the actual functions for a, b, and c, I would have suspected that they wanted these actual for the answers, but whatever. If you're following me, then that's great. If this is still a bit fuzzy, don't worry. Don't worry. You'll have some more time to kind of work it through. Sometimes this stuff is like a light bulb just goes on, and you keep working, you keep working. You're kind of like fumbling through the dark a little bit on this. You're like, boy, today I had no idea what was going on today. And then you do some homework and you struggle through it. You talk to somebody and you come back the next day and you ask another question and you keep working, and all of a sudden, boom, light goes on. It does. So keep pushing. You don't have to get it right away, but just keep pushing. Okay? D, yeah. Yeah, question?
Are you going to be working a lot with absolute values in this unit?
A lot with absolute values, just a little bit. Not, I don't know.
Thrown into the mix?
They're thrown into the mix. Absolute values are thrown into the mix, you bet.
Just like quadratic?
It's still a lot of quadratics and stuff, but you get exposed to a lot of different functions in Pre-Cal 30. A lot of different. Rational functions, radical functions, logarithmic functions, exponential functions, yeah, everything. Polynomial, absolute value. Yeah, PC30 is huge on functions and huge on these transformations. You're going to see this kind of throughout the course. So you'll get to see it again and again and again. It'll become easy for you.
Is there more or less graphs?
There's a lot of graphs in PC30. Yeah, there's a lot of graphs, I'd say. Okay, can we talk about 6 or no? You guys want to talk about 6?
Yes.
Okay, let me just see on MrMathWell.com. Okay, I do have 6 on here already, so I probably won't record this. Okay.
Just a little bit.
Bye.